Hey guys, it's me, Christy Lee. I just got home from work and now we're gonna do a video. So I told you guys I wanted to do a what sold in February video. I was gonna do a what sold in January, but it really wasn't much. I still could have done it, but I feel like I've missed the window. It's March now, like the 3rd day of March, I believe. So I feel like I can do my what sold in February, and it was a lot more than January. So I feel like that's actually something worth sharing. If the light changes or the sound changes, I've got the door open to my shed, my little plant shed. That's where we are. It keeps blowing the door open and closed. So if you notice any of that stuff, I do apologize. But I did want to go ahead and share with you guys everything I sold in the month of February, and I'll have to add up my profits because I forgot to do that before starting this video. I wrote everything down, got the screenshots ready, and then forgot to do my math, but that's okay. Me and my dinosaurs here are going to share with you what we bought, the price we paid for it, where we got it, and then what it sold for. So let's get started. All right, the very first thing I sold in the month of February was a pair of Skechers. They're called Little Puddles. I'll pop pictures up for everything here. You'll see it right here. Boots. They're like duck boots. And I actually got them for free from my boss's wife. They were too thin for her feet. She gave them to me to see if I could wear them. I tried them out. They are a little too thin, even though the size is right. So I decided to sell those. So they were free to me, and I took an offer of $20 on those. I had them listed for $30 on eBay. I took an offer for $20. It's, all profit there. So that was the first thing. Second thing to sell in February was also on eBay. I'm sorry, I'm looking down at my notes if you see me looking down. Was also on eBay. It was a Hot Wheels World Race Road Beast car that we got, I say for free because it came in 4 big boxes of vintage Hot Wheels. It was a collection. My boyfriend's cousin needed some work done on her vehicle. The collection belonged to her late husband. She gave him the big boxes of Hot Wheels in exchange for the work that he did. So basically free for me. He had to do some work for it, but I also had to do some work for it. It's not totally free. That's a lot of time and research. I haven't even made it fully through the first box. There's so much of it. But I listed it for $17 on eBay, and I sold it for $17. Then I picked up some Libby, they're vintage Libby smiley face glasses. I couldn't remember, I got them at Goodwill. I couldn't remember if I had paid 99 cents a piece, and I have it written down somewhere for, tax purposes and stuff. Anywhere from 99 cents a piece to $1.99 a piece. So either $3 or $6, and I'm going to go up. I'm going to say I paid $6 because I think that's right, but I could be wrong. So either way, I had them listed for $50 because I always like to list way over what I think I can get. That way people can work me down and I'm still happy with the price. So had them listed for $50, took an offer of $30. It was a set of 3, as you can see in the photo. And then the next thing was some mulberry tree cuttings I had listed on Mercari. Things like this, my mulberry tree cuttings, my elderberry plant cuttings, and my box of plant cuttings are my #1 sellers right now, especially my elderberry. So I am doing more of that because people seem to really like them, especially this time of year, but they sold through the winter too. So mulberry tree cuttings, I have them listed on Mercari, just little like 4 to 6 inch cuttings, and I sold those for $10. Those are completely free. We have mulberry trees growing all over our yard, as well as the elderberry. So I paid nothing for it and I made 10 bucks on it. Then I sold a Scentsy wax warmer. It was a retired, they're no longer making it. It was called Hokey Pokey. You'll see the photo here. And I had it listed for, I believe, $40. And I took an offer of $32. It was in its original box. I had melted some wax in it. The box had some damage. And I sent it out. That was on my card. Did I already say that? I sent it out, and 2 days later, the buyer informed me that it arrived damaged. It was the first thing that I've sent UPS ground, and I know how rough UPS and FedEx and things like that can be on their packages. I shouldn't have sent it through them, but the the shipping on this particular item was crazy expensive through the post office, USPS. So I decided to go with UPS Ground because I don't do free shipping. Buyer always pays shipping. And I wanted to save them as much as I could on the shipping. So I went with UPS, and now it's a huge mistake because she is requesting a return, which is fine. I totally understand. And the thing with Mercari is that as long as you use their prepaid labels and you're not just shipping by yourself, you are covered by $200 worth of insurance. So she should get her money back, and I should still get to be able to keep my sale. And I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work out. But I won't know for 2 days. But so far in the past, I've never lost any money through Mercari when I use their shipping labels. Now, if I take on the responsibility myself and just ship it myself, I have no coverage whatsoever. So something to keep in mind if you want to sell on Mercari, or if you are and you're having issues. All right, so the next thing that sold was a bundle for someone on Mercari. She bundled together a order of elderberry, an order of mulberry, and a box of plant cuttings. So I charged $10 a piece for all those. She sent me an offer for the whole bundle for $28. More than willing to do that for her, because once again, the mulberries are free, the elderberries are free. And I mean, technically I have money into my plants, but as long as they don't die, they just keep giving me more stuff to sell. So I have an initial what's the word, cost of goods, and then to me it's essentially free, other than the stress it cost me to try to keep these things alive. Essentially free, and I made 28 bucks. And then I sold another order of the elderberry, again free, and $10 profit. And then the next thing to sell was a box of premium fabric paints. I want to say it was 24 colors or something like that. I paid $5 from Goodwill, and I took a best offer of $25, and I was perfectly fine with that. I had it listed at $50 because that's what they're selling for brand new, and this box was absolutely brand new, never used, but I was ready to get it off the shelf, so I took the offer. Then I sold another order of elderberry cuttings, free, $10 in my pocket. I sold a snap-on, little wooden snap-on tool truck that I got in a bag of other little cars and Snap-on stuff. It all went to a set that Snap-on did in 2021, and I listed the cars individually, and I had it priced at $10. I took a best offer of $8. This lady has a Snap-on collection, and she was very excited to get that. I paid $4.99 for the bag, and I believe there were 8 or 9 cars in the bag. Pretty much all profit. Then I sold another box of elderberry, $10. I sold a lipstick, variegated lipstick plant cutting. When I do these, because they are more uncommon than my other plants, I do this for a cutting with several nodes on it, and I have it listed for $5. I always, in my description, it says that it's one cutting, but I always send extras because I know what it feels like to get a nice surprise in the mail. So $5 on that, and then I took an offer from someone else for the same plant of $4. I think they had $4 to spend in their Mercari account, so you know, whatever. It's one little cutting off a plant, so $4 on that one. Then I sold another box of elder for $10. Then I sold this Nike shirt that I got from my boss's wife again. She has a friend who she buys tons of stuff, never wears it, and then gives it all to her, my boss's wife, with the tag still on it. And then in turn, like, she takes what she wants, and then she brings the rest in for all of us girls to pick through and get what we want. I listed it, and I sold it for $12. It was free to me. Then I sold a box of plant cuttings for $10. Like I said, I do have an initial investment into the plants, but as long as the plants stay healthy, it's a never-ending supply. And then I sold another box of plant cuttings for another $10, and then another box of plant cuttings for another $10. And then I also sold a Starbucks Bestie mug. I paid $1.99 at Goodwill. I took an offer of $15. I had it listed for $18. Took an offer of $15. So that is everything that sold in the month of February and we're already getting into March's sales. I just sent out a package of mulberry cuttings, and then I sent out some elderberry cuttings 2 days ago, I believe. Let me do some math real quick and I'll tell you everything I spent and everything I made. Okay, after doing the math, I spent a total of $14 and I made a total of $264. So that is a $250 profit. That's because most of the stuff I have been selling recently has been free. And I'm actually, okay, I'm thinking about moving more in that direction because I like the idea of spending nothing and making money more than I like the idea of spending money, taking the chance that it might not sell and I just spent money on nothing. Plus my shelf in the house is very full. A lot of that stuff is not moving quickly enough for me. I want to be making that money, you know what I'm saying? I don't want it just sitting there. So I'm taking a break from buying. I'm not going to be buying anything more unless I get this crazy urge to go thrifting. And I have been looking into other things that I can take cuttings from that won't cost me anything, that people are looking for, and not just cuttings, like just things that are found in nature that people are looking for. There are lots of people who craft with things in nature and they're not always able to get out and get the things like big old pine cones, caps to acorns. You know, our mulberries are coming into season. They're ripening right now. I could dehydrate those. People want them. They can't get them in, you know, all parts of the country. There's just so many things that I could be selling that don't cost me anything. So why go out and spend money never knowing if it's actually going to sell or not? That's a huge risk to me right now in the financial position that I'm in. So I am going to be leaning more towards selling things that don't cost me anything. All right, you guys, hopefully the video came out okay. I don't know. I'll have to go through and edit and all this stuff, but thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've got links in the description if you want to check out any of my shops or any of the products that I have been creating over the last year or so. You know, my notebooks, I'll have a link down there for those. The t-shirts, stickers, and things like that that I've been creating on Redbubble, there'll be a link down there for that. I've got all kinds of links that you can check out down below. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye. The amount of berries on these trees this year is absolutely insane, which is awesome because last year the birds ate every single berry before they were even ripe. We did not get a chance for a harvest at all. And I'm already getting berries off of here. I mean, look at the size of this tree. It's loaded. It's almost touching the ground. It's so full of berries. This is crazy. I'm loving it. Jeez, just massive, massive clusters. Look at them. I've never seen a tree so full. Even the ones that I cut back last year, like I cut this branch off right here last year, and all the little tiny shoots, putting off just tons of berries.